point because it just wants to nail you. Alright, you seem to have healed up pretty good.
Yeah.
So what we've got in this case is I've got a couple of lace monitors, and one of them might be just over the back there. Just have a bit of a look in there.
I can go?
Yeah, a little bit closer, a little bit closer. Just get right in there. And if you look over there...
Are you serious?
I'm serious, man. Let's...
Big.
Oh, they don't hurt much.
Yeah, just piss it off real good before you hand it over.
Okay, I'll do that.
Jesus, dude. You wonder why his snakes bite him. Learn how to handle the animal, man. God, this is going to be a disaster.
They're strong.
Okay, yeah, just throw that thing right on my face now.
A lace monitor. They're a tree climbing species, which means they've got really long, sharp claws. And we'll just sort of restrain him a little bit, just like this.
Jeez. He looks strong.
Oh, yeah. So if you just grab him on the back of the tail there with one hand,
Okay.
and you can feel him start to
Yeah.
bit of strength there. Just watch those claws. The reason why you're holding there is because he will try and use those claws onto your arm and tear you apart.
I had an orange iguana climb up me in Costa Rica. Left some good marks.
Oh yeah, yeah. These guys will tear you up pretty good.
Look at that.
Like I said
That's
before,
a
the
lot
tip
of
of the
claw.
claw
Ow,
is
Jesus.
like a little razor blade.
Yep, sure is.
So if you want, you just got to put your hand. So just put your hand over the top of mine, and just get that grip. It's just behind the back of the jaws like that. Now the reason why we hold them like that, and you don't need to squeeze him too much.
Okay.
It's just more of a control thing. Is because what they'll try to do is if you touch him anywhere here, like behind the back here, he can turn around and bite you.
Very flexible.
Very flexible, very long, elongated neck. But the other thing too is if you grab anywhere here in the mid-body, the front and the back legs can reach you quite easily. And the first thing they'll do is try and run up you, which is basically just tear you up.
Is that what I see on your arm?
Yeah, you get a couple of scratches, but that's okay. That's part of the parcel of playing with these beautiful creatures.
Yeah. I feel very trusting of you after my last experience.
Oh, what could go wrong? Glued onto me now, and he's just crucifying my arm.
Here. Ow! Wow. Let me take a little of that
This.
abuse for you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look how long
Just grab him around the back of the base of the tail again. Yep.
Down here?
Yep.
Right
Just
here.
peel his legs off me if you can. That'll be great. There we go. Beautiful. Now if you really want some of that claw action, he's really going to accommodate you.
Yeah.
And I'll hold his head, but you can see and you can feel the power of those legs.
I can.
And it's, yeah, same bite site, going to crucify
Oh,
your
right
head.
between my fingers. That's great.
But like I said, you know, they can...
It's not really clawing too much, though.
No, he's just hanging on. It's just more of a comfort thing at the moment. If he really wants to tear you apart, man, yeah.
What's the point of these broad bands?
It's a camouflage thing. So a typical lace monitor has sort of more of a mottling, broken up pattern. These thicker bands are usually from a southern form. So this is what they call a Bell's colour face. So these are a southern form, which have these big, thick bands, which usually enables them to hide into different sites of bushland a little bit more easier. It's more camouflage. And they do like to use their tails as whips. Another thing that they like to do is expel their bowels when they feel threatened. So he's sort of puckering up right now. So if you can get your hands out of there, I'll put him back.
All right.
He's a great little fella.
That wasn't so bad.
No.
Pretty well behaved animal, actually.
If you don't know how to hold him, you lose a finger.
So, Death Adder, huh?
Yeah.
That sounds friendly.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, before anti-venin was brought into production in Australia, 50% of people would die bitten by this snake, and 50% of people would survive. So you've got a 50-50 chance.
How does that work? What was special about the 50 that survived?
Well, basically, their venom has a very strong neurotoxin, which basically means it affects your nervous system. So, out of all the snakes...
That snake's affecting my nervous system and it's not even touching
it's
me.
probably affecting your heart rate right about now. Now, the other cool thing about these guys, I mean, besides the venom affects your nervous system, and your body will recuperate and make 100% recovery, even without anti-venin. But the anti-venin helps to stop the permanent effects continuing down the line, so it sort of stops it right there. Obviously, whatever damage is done along the way, can stay there forever at times.
Now, a lot of snakes, this is way too close to be. Why
Yep.
shouldn't we be nervous about this strike range?
Okay, there again it goes back to knowing and understanding the animals. You know, these animals actually are an ambush predator. He feels a bit more exposed at the moment because he's out in the open. Typically these guys hide under like leaf litter and in rock crevices and things like that. So they're an ambush predator. Like I said to you before, there are some snakes, just like death adders, that'll sit in the one position for nearly 9 to 10 months of the year, waiting for the next food to come by so he can grab that food.
And will that be enough to get them through the next 9 months?
Definitely. I mean, like I said, these guys don't move much, so they're not expelling energy, they're not using up any body fat, they can just sit there and wait for their food. Like I said, they're an ambush predator, they sit there and wait, and they have the fastest strike rate. They have, you know, the strike rate is like 1/2600th of a second. That strike rate is like so explosively quick, you can't even blink your eyes before it's bitten its prey and retracted.
Where does it rank among venomous snakes?
Okay, in Australia it's ranked about number 5. Now the reason why it's ranked at number 5 comes into a few different things. They take into account aggression. As you can see, this animal's not aggressive at all.
No.
The animal, if it only feels threatened, I mean, 90% of people who get bitten by these guys actually stand on the snake itself, and the snake responds by, you know, protecting itself. So it's number 5. You've got venom toxicity, like I said, it's a neurotoxin, you will survive, and the aggression and the range of the animal. Now, death adders are found all throughout New South Wales and sort of Queensland and basically all over Australia except for down the southern end. The fascinating thing I think for these guys is that they're a live-bearing species, one of the very few live-bearing species in Australia.
Interesting. Another similarity between snakes and sharks. Some give birth to live young, some do not.
That's right. And I mean, it's all about respect. I mean, regardless if it's a venomous snake or a shark, you know, like some people fear these animals and they'd go out and kill them.
When should we get nervous about how close it is?
Well, this animal here could strike, and I mean, to be within the strike zone, we need to be about this close.
Well, that's really small.
That's right. It's a very small strike range, but the thing is, like I said to you, 1/2600th of a second, and these things never miss.
Never miss.
Never miss. If they want to bite you, they've got you. They never make an attempted strike and pull back.
So
They actually get you. When you're in that zone, they've got you.
they
That's
don't
when you
waste
know.
energy.
Oh no, it's not about wasting energy. It's about preservation as much as possible.
The tip of the tail is kind of unique. What's going
Yep.
on there?
Well, the tip of the tail is similar to like the rattlesnakes. That's actually a lure. So the animal will sit in like a horseshoe position, sort of like this, in the leaf litter, and it'll have the tail close to its head. Now that tail will actually wriggle around like a small worm or a bug or an insect, allowing small birds or even mammals, but mostly small reptiles to come in close into the firing range, and it'll be wiggling around and flickering around, getting the attention of the prey item. It comes in close, and that's when the animal strikes, you know, with that magnificent speed and a huge delivery of venom.
I've noticed with the lizards that they'll actually rotate their head and look at you.
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think they have personalities almost.
I really think lizards have personalities, and I think they've got a very high level of intelligence that most people don't give them credit for, definitely.
But they're reptiles.
Yes,
and,
they are.
And yet snakes do not have a high level of intelligence.
Some snakes do have some really, you know, high level of intelligence. They're quite active and very sort of alert animals, but the majority of pythons would probably be the lesser form of intelligent snakes. But lizards, just like this bearded dragon here, have this wonderful ability to communicate. They communicate through things like head bobbing, arm waving. They also do something called substrate licking, where they'll actually bend down, they'll sort of lick the areas where they are, which is almost like a scenting or a marking of a territory.
Oh. Yeah, he's really checking me out, huh?
Oh,
checking me in.
Yes, I mean, you turn them around and their head almost stays in the same spot. It's like they're watching you, they're observing. And there he is, he's licking you, he's sort of checking out what the area looks like, as well as sort of marking an area. They're quite amazing animals, lizards are really.
Does this make a good pet?
Oh, the bearded dragons are probably the most popular pet in the world. They probably outnumber cats and dogs, 2 to 1 in the UK, and I don't think they'll be too far in America. That's it, he thinks he's the king now. He's quite happy sitting up there.
It's a nice accessory.
Well, he's starting to head bob now, so he can obviously see another male. He's sort of saying, you know, I'm the king of the castle now. I'm the highest person in this room, so it's now my territory. So there again, you know, talking about, you know, personalities and intelligence. You don't see snakes doing that. They combat for a mate, and that's really it.
So when he gets to the top and starts head bobbing,
Mm-hmm.
does that mean other males will come and try and knock him off the top?
No, he's actually warning the other males that it's my area. I'm at the highest point, so I'm up higher than everyone else, so I'm looking down on you.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, you know, this is it. If you want to challenge me, they have to come up. If he still thinks that there's a threat, he'll actually jump down, chase them, and they'll have a bit of a kerfuffle, a little bit of a fight. But it's never a fight that comes to the death, because out in the wild, you know, they've got plenty of room to run away. And the submissive males always take off and try and take over someone else's territory.